What is going on, my fine folks of YouTube? This is MK the Truth, DODBENT. Got a little comparison for us to take a look at today. If you guys are new to this channel, please, you gotta come on and join my squad. Also connect to my Instagram. It is the_truth_MK. Also, ladies and gentlemen, all music is produced by me, DODB. And I use them as background music on this channel. Before we get started though, I gotta tell you guys that this particular comparison is for educational purposes only. This is only my analysis, and then we jump up off this video. So I have already done this video. I kind of like to, sometimes do the video and then get some feedback. And that is what I got. A lot of feedback from this. Well, not a lot, but a little bit. Anyway, we have re versus rep. Were some things different? Oh yeah, they were. And I didn't see it until some of my good people spoke out. Now, I have to tell some of you guys, I don't really give a fuck. I don't. 90% of the shoe is so similar. Well, not 90. We're going to say 95% of the shoe is so similar. It don't even matter. But you do you. I'm always going to do me. Anyway, start off with the boxes. You can see clearly that one is more glossy and one is matte. This is the re. This is the rep version, my representative version. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get this out the box. Now, yesterday I spoke on this and I said that this I said this was always cut high, but that is what this is. This is cut way too high, and I believe I spoke about the toe box. I said this was a bit too boxy. I think this is the current style of Jordan 9, and the this one here, the re, is going back to the OG style of cut or tooling, I believe. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this one of these bad boys out. Also, someone said that I was trying to hide the left shoe. Well, why would I do that? If you know my channel, you know what I do. You know I don't hide anything. I say what it is. I keep it like it is. I'm always going to miss some things because some things are so small I'm not really paying attention. All of my videos are raw, uncut. I do not do any reference check or anything. I rarely do reference checks to check out things on my video, and then I get it rolling. So I'm never trying to hide anything in my video. So let's go ahead and get into what I pointed out. Pointed out that the toe box is a bit on the boxy side, and I said this was cut way too high. Did not see that there. He is supposed to be facing the other way. Boy, that's what I said. Also, if you're not paying attention, they gonna get you. Anyway, let's take a look at the paints. Let's see what the paint's looking like. Okay, so there is a slight difference. That can be, I know people tired of me saying it, that can be an inconsistency too. The only reason I say it is because it's true. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go ahead and say the paints are really accurate. They're pretty good to each other, although that is a little bit more on the powder bluish on this side. But I'm gonna get a slight nod to the re on this one because it is more powdery, and I did speak on this being a little bit dark and I didn't notice that. Anyway, the leather textures, I know a lot of you are complaining about the leather textures. I spoke about the perforations. You see the perforations in the leather there. It's more prominent on the representative pair, whereas it's prominent on the back of this one, but towards the front it gets a little bit faint. But there is a split piece of leather, and like I always tell you guys, when they split this leather piece here, it is always going to be inconsistent because this piece of leather is not coming from the same place. They're using it from two different pieces of hide most of the time, so that's why you got more perforated holes there where you don't have it there. Now, also speaking on the leather, people said that this leather is trash. People, you have to understand that sometimes they use harder overlays than they normally do. Sometimes they use a thinner overlay, thinner pigment, or whatever it's called. Take your shattered back bowl, for instance. They use a very thin pigment or overlay on top of that shoe. That's why you got more of a natural feeling leather, whereas this they use, I don't know why they chose to use it. Maybe it's the way the shoe is constructed. It needs more reinforcement. I don't know, but it is a very hard and crappy feeling overlay. But the leather is in fact a really real piece of leather, and it is very tightly packed fibers in there. I have tried to scratch them out. If you look, let me show you guys. So let's see. If you look closely here, you can see some of the suede. You see that? If you look closely, you see some of the suede is peeking out on the underside right there. It's peeking out on the underside of the leather, and that's one of the indicators that let me know that it is a real piece of leather. Also, I can just tell, but the overlay on top that they use is absolute shit. I'ma say it. Yes, absolute trash. Also, looking at these on the representative pair, it is 100% satin filling on the inside. You can also look at the shimmer if you look at the light bouncing off of the booty, the Hirachi booty or whatever that is on the inside. You see it has sort of a shimmer to it, whereas if you look at the Re, you got a bit of a satin-ish touch, but it's not. You can tell that's not the same. Also, the color is more powdery on the Re, whereas it's not on here. That could be due to the texture of the material being more satinish than it is here, but it is different. Another thing that I did notice on here, oh boy, that's different, is the globes. Take a look at how the globe is constructed. I mean, I don't know if I can really classify that. It is a different color blue, but it's almost like they didn't stick. It sounds like I'm trying to take up form. I know I'm not though, but it also depends on. This can be inconsistent too, but I will say that it is different here. Those are very different globes. One just, I will say the Re looks more of a quality, whereas this one, well, this is why this stuff is just so interesting, because you can't really, this could be the cheaply done one, and this could be more of a quality. I don't know it unless I delve into this plastic material. Anyway, like I said, the perforations looking on the back is just more prominent here. That is a synthetic pore, and this is also a synthetic pore. That is not a natural pore. And also the shoe is just cut higher than the actual Re pair. Anyway, those are the differences. From the naked eye, you can't tell, but I did call this toe box out. The toe box is, like I said, it's supposed to be going back to that kind of OG. When they redid it, it was more of this boxy nonsense here, and I'm learning that I don't really prefer this anymore. I prefer like the OG looks with a more rounded toe box. It just has a better look to the shoe, and I did call that out, and I said it is an inconsistency, and I do stand by that, because sometimes even with these repairs, you might have one in there, a few in there that could be a little bit boxy. I've just seen it. Anyway, there are differences. These are very different in height, the cut, the toe box, some things like the globe on the boot, the inner booty, and things like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a different shoe, but if you're looking at these from afar, I mean what you gonna say? I mean, you can't really say nothing. They look 100% the same from afar, but if you get up and look to the details like I just did, Houston, you got a problem. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video. Oh, and I know some of y'all gonna be like, that's how it is all the time. No, it's not. Let me know what y'all think about this video down below. This is MK the Truth, DLDBENT. Hey man, I love y'all. I'm up out of here.